Now we will be doing some more practice, but now we are going to bring in examples that have both the ikhfa and the izhar, so that it will be easy for us to differentiate between the two. Now, just to start off, I will give one example from the ikhfa and one example from the izhar, and again once more explain to you when we have to do the izhar and when we have to do the ikhfa. Now, if you look at the first example in the first row, we have the word an'amta. Now, in this example, we see that we have a nun sakin. Now, again, whenever we see that we have a nun sakin or a tanween, we always look at the letter that comes after it. In this case, we have the letter ain. And now, if we recall the huruf halki, which are hamza, ha, ain, ha, ghain, kha, then we will notice that this is from the huruf halki, meaning the ain is from the huruf halki. Now, whenever we see a nun sakin that is followed by any of the huruf halki, then we have to do the izhar, meaning then we have to pronounce it very clearly without prolonging the sound. So this first example of an'amta would be simply pronounced as an'amta. And again, an'amta. Now, if we look at the first example in the second row, we see that we have the nun sakins underlined by two lines. Now, this is to show you that we have to do ikhfa. Now, just to go over the rule once more, whenever we see a nun sakin or a tanween, in both cases, whether it is going to be ikhfa or izhar, we always look at the letter that comes after it. Now, the first nun sakin we notice that the letter that comes after it is a kaf. And a kaf is not from the huruf halki, it is not from the huruf yarmalun, and it is not a ba. Therefore, we have to prolong the sound of this nun sakin for 2 seconds. And similarly, the second nun sakin we see in the word kuntum, we see that it is followed by a ta. Now, the ta is not from the huruf halki, it is not from the huruf yarmalun, and it is not a ba. Therefore, we have to prolong this nun sakin also for 2 seconds. Therefore, we have to do ikhfa in this example twice. And we would recite this as in kuntum, and again in kuntum. Now, I'm going to take you back to the first example, and I will recite these examples twice each, and then give you time to recite after me. An'amta, an'amta, in khiftum, in khiftum, yanhawna anhu, yanhawna anhu, عذاب عليم, عذاب عليم. Now we come on to ikhfa. In kuntum, in kuntum, قوما صالحين, قوما صالحين, وإن تعجب, وإن تعجب, من قبلكم, من قبلكم. Now in this next example, if you notice, we have one underline on one nun sakin and two underlines on the other nun sakin. Now this is just to show you that in this example, we have both an izhar and an ikhfa. Now in the first nun sakin that we see, the letter that comes after is an alif, meaning a hamza. And if you recall the huruf halki, the hamza is from the huruf halki. Therefore, we have to pronounce this nun sakin. We have to prolong it for only 1 second. So we pronounce it very clearly for only 1 second. But in the second nun sakin, we see that it is followed by a ta. And the ta is not from the huruf halki, it is not from the huruf yarmalun, and it is not a ba. Therefore, we have to pronounce this nun sakin for 2 seconds. We have to prolong it for 2 seconds. Therefore, in this example, we have both the ikhfa and the izhar. Now we pronounce it like this. In ahsantum. Once more. In ahsantum. Now notice that the first in was simply pronounced in without prolonging, and the second nun in ahsantum was prolonged. The next example. Am lam tunzirhum am lam tunzirhum. And the last example also has izhar and ikhfa. And now, if we notice the first nun sakin, we see that it is followed by an ayn, which is from the huruf halki. Therefore, we prolong it for only 1 second. And the other two, we see that the letters that follow them are not from huruf halki. They are not from huruf maloon, and they are neither a ba. So we have to prolong those for 2 seconds. Therefore, we pronounce this example as min indi anfusihim, and again min indi anfusihim.